ultimately, your job is to build an amazing life for yourself, for your family, for people that you're close to, and for the rest of the world. Because the better that you are, the better that the rest of the world is as well. How can you build a life that you love? How can you build a life that is something that you actually like? Instead of just thinking to yourself, oh, it's good enough.
Staring out the window, reaching for a North Star, waiting just to wake up from this nightmare where you could be right back in my arms.
Hey friends, welcome back to my channel, welcome back to another video. If you're new here, I'm Flora, a nutritionist student who loves to eat and spread positivity.
Luna, séta.
I'm here to remind you to fuel your bodies and souls with all the things you love and desire. Listening to our bodies can go a long way. I am, of course, health conscious about what I put into my body, but mental health is just as important. So if I want to have a cookie or a slice of cake, hell yeah, I will.
Okay, so I'm gonna make myself an oatmeal. Nothing new here.
So breakfast was oatmeal. Really nothing new here because oatmeal has been my obsession lately. I know it may sound so boring for you, but if you make it right, oatmeal can be the most divine and delicious food ever. My new favorite way is to add bananas and frozen forest fruits to my oatmeal, and it makes it so extremely creamy and yummy. I cannot stop eating it. Of course, you can top it with so many deliciousness. I use granola and apples this time.
Staring out the window, reaching for a North Star, waiting just to wake up from this nightmare.
Later on for lunch, I made some wraps. This week, I just aimed for something quick because I had a lot of exams going on. Well, I still have a lot coming up, and I basically have to study the majority of my time. So unfortunately, I just don't have as much time in the kitchen as I would want to. So I mixed some coconut yogurt with dill, salt, pepper, lemon juice, and added that to a bunch of baby spinach leaves. I think the key to a good salad is a good salad dressing, and this was top. I was also chopping up a bunch of olives that were stuffed with peppers, added them to the leaves along with some cucumber and red pepper. I mixed them well and it was delicious. It was kind of like a Greek salad, but of course not authentic, but I loved it. It was extremely nice. And I made some roasted cauliflower and corn in the oven on 180 Celsius degrees. That's how I usually bake my vegetables, put it into a wrap, and that was my amazing lunch. Later on, I was making a good old stir fry, which is one of my go-tos. It's just so easy. You can put it into a bunch of vegetables, and wow, I'm obsessed with rice noodles, so usually my intention to make this food is just to have rice noodles. I sauteed some onions and garlic, added salt, pepper, some boiling water, and then added the broccoli along with red pepper, frozen green and yellow beans. Seasoned them with garlic salt, garlic powder, curry powder, some Italian herb mixture, smoked pepper, and then I also added some butter beans for some extra protein source. I put some soy sauce on them, and once everything was cooked, I added the rice noodles. I plated them up and topped it with some peanuts. Yum! It was a 10 out of 10. That night I felt like giving myself some extra care, so I made a hot chocolate and I enjoyed my warm cup of happiness. The next morning, I decided to make the simplest pancakes I've ever made, and luckily it turned out to be the best pancakes I've ever had. I did not really measure anything. I was just eyeballing it. That's how I bake and cook most of the time. I just find that when I measure things, it's way too much pressure and I'm more likely to mess it up somehow. So anyways, I just mixed together a mashed banana, oat flour, oat milk, cinnamon, and a little bit of vegetable oil. I also made some forest fruit sauce to go on top. For this, I mixed the frozen forest fruits with cinnamon, water, and agave syrup and just let them simmer for 5 minutes. I fried up the pancakes, and guys, I had no reason to complain. This breakfast was a hell yes.
I know I was lost, but I found my way. Thinking about our old days, now baby I might break. 3 in the morning, can't help but calling. 2 different sides, but one living in silence.
Wow, I mean, just look at that. So good.
From above, you wanted my time, I didn't give enough. Spent a minute in the mirror while you lived it up. We were speaking different languages of love. Couldn't get words off my tongue, yeah, my ship sails up. It won't do much if it's sung, nah, yeah. And I know.
That day my friend had birthday and I was making him a cake, so I had to be super quick with lunch. I mean, you cannot really go wrong with a pasta, so that's what I made. This time I made a tomato pasta with lentils. Lentils pump up the nutrient density, and since I used canned lentils, it took me no time to make it. I sauteed onions and garlic, added salt, pepper, oregano, basil, and poured a jar of passata on them. I rinsed the can of lentils and mixed it with the tomato sauce. Once the pasta was cooked, I added that too, and my speedy lunch was done and done.
Hi guys, I'm back in my apartment because today is my friend's birthday and I will try to make a vegan cheesecake. I have never done this. I have no idea if it's gonna work. I'll try my best. And also it's a strawberry cheesecake. Look at these. These look insane. I haven't bought strawberries for a year almost. I also bought some candles, things like that. It's gonna be cute, hopefully. If it doesn't work out, well, I tried. We're also gonna go to the cinema today, and then we're gonna have like dinner somewhere. So I'm gonna take you guys along for all of that. I'm gonna watch The Batman, which honestly I love Marvel movies. I have not really been into DC, the DC world. It's gonna be fun, so let's get baking.
I got one taste, so real love, funny how that shit changed. I know I was lost, but I
This took me 10 minutes at least.
now baby I might break.
Well, guys, this cake was not a piece of cake. It was not difficult, but it took me around 1.5 hours to make it. Although, trust me, it was all worth it. It turned out so freaking yummy in the end, even though I messed it up. I made 3 layers for this cake, but unfortunately the 3rd layer did not work out as it should have. It's probably because the recipe called for fresh strawberries and I used frozen strawberries, and I think that's way more liquidy.
Ooh, this is so juicy.
The 3rd layer was literally like a liquid form, like a smoothie form, so I couldn't use it.
Oh my god, this is amazing.
I put it off the thing, and don't worry, I didn't throw it away. I just used it up the next day as a smoothie. It was not like a big thing, but I was quite sad. Then I realized that the cake is still extremely yummy.
Oh my god. Wow, I'm enjoying this cream already. Cannot even imagine the cake. I'm sure it's gonna be lit.
I always forget to let myself try new things.
I don't know if you can see this, but it looks like a pink cloud. It's so beautiful.
Remind myself that it's okay to mess up. Usually I'm such a perfectionist that I expect myself to make everything perfect the first time, and when I mess it up or something doesn't work out as it should be, I'm just so hard on myself and I blame myself for not being good enough, when it's so okay to mess up, and it's really okay not to make everything perfectly.
Okay, now this goes into the oven. I always say oven. This goes into the fridge as well.
Just enjoy the process, enjoy baking, cooking, or whatever you do. Try a new hobby. It's fine that you're not the best in the world. The whole point of it is just to find our inner child and play and explore and enjoy the moment.
Guys, I'm gonna be off. I never actually do my makeup like this, but today's a special occasion. I'm gonna go now and I'll see you when I have dinner.
So basically the rest of the time I was just enjoying myself. We went for this Batman movie, which was honestly so terrifying for me. It was like a horror movie. For me, obviously, my nervous system is pretty weak, so don't judge it by just my review. I'm sure other people would love it. But we went to a sushi place after that, which was amazing. My friend had a ramen, I had a bunch of sushis, and then we were just driving around in the city. Lately, I found myself being stressed out when I am not working or studying or doing something productive, because I just feel like I'm being lazy when I am not. I am enjoying my time with my friends or with myself or with my dog, whatever, but I really need to get back to being good at just being and not always ticking something off my to-do list and constantly going and going and going, because in the end of the day, why do we live? Do we live for always being productive, or do we live to make beautiful memories? And I think the most beautiful memories happen when we finally stop and take a deep breath and connect with others and ourselves. So yeah, that's my new mission for this year, to not only prioritize productivity, but prioritize making new memories and just being in the moment.
Ooh, I'm gonna pull a study to the side. She keep coming at me every day and night. When I left it, my life started feeling right. Yeah, yeah, ooh.
I had my morning matcha first thing in the morning, and an hour later I made a big breakfast. I love taking the time to have a decent breakfast. I'm just instantly in a better mood. Food is really joy. Honestly, breakfast is just my single favorite meal of the day. I cut up some olive sourdough and toasted them in a pan with some coconut oil. They always turn out so crispy. Oh my god. Then I chopped up some mushrooms, which I cooked in soy sauce, curry powder, salt, pepper, and some water. It takes around 5 to 7 minutes until they are soft, and these mushrooms are always heavenly. It's really worth it. I topped my toast with avocados, added the mushrooms, and then I decided to make a smoothie from the cake's third layer. I put it into the blender along with frozen blueberries and bananas and blended them all on up with some oat milk. And wow, it turned out unreal.
Break bread and break hearts, don't get me started now. Break up to break down, I'm getting money now. Fuck love, I can't trust, I'm too damn jaded now. Break laws, got lockjaw, little shawty tweaking now. I fell in love with a moolah, I need my wrist like a cooler.
I had a lot of mushrooms that were about to go bad, so I used mushrooms for lunch as well. I sauteed some onions, seasoned them with salt, pepper, curry powder, garlic powder, and then added the mushrooms, some red pepper, frozen corn, soy sauce, broccoli, and crumbled on some tofu. Finally, I made some noodles to go with the food and enjoy this nourishing but very quick lunch.
Middle of the morning and I'm feeling something, 'cause late last night you were feeling nothing. How could you be over me in a week when I'm...
I of course went back for seconds before I had a huge amount of the cake I made the day before.
How could it be that I see memories in between all these worn out seams? 'Cause you're seeing someone else, and I heard he treats you well, but it still hurts like hell. Darling, tell me, do you think
Dinner was actually very random. I just chopped up a bunch of veggies like cucumber, carrots, pepper, and made some guac to have with them. And I also enjoyed some nachos and called it a day.
Do you think of me, baby?
I went home to my mom's and prepped myself some breakfast before taking the dog on a walk. Chia pudding is easily one of my favorite breakfasts ever, and I tried putting in some frozen fruits, and wow, next level. As you can see, I put frozen first fruits in a lot of my dishes, and it's for a good reason. Yes, I love how they taste, but they are also very high in antioxidants, therefore they are beneficial for cancer prevention, so eat your berries. I wanted to make some matcha whipped cream, but after pouring out the vegan cream, I realized that the mixer I needed for making whipped cream is at my place, so I just tried it with the hand mixer, but obviously, as you can see, it didn't work out. But it was still really creamy and yummy, so I was not complaining.
But I won't be
The recipe for the chia pudding is down below if you want to try it. After leaving it in a fridge for an hour or so, I made some caramelized apples. I used cinnamon, agave, and topped the bowl with them along with some granola. Such a yummy and nutritious breakfast.
Been waking up feeling low. You're on my mind like all of the time, but you're so despicable. Been seeing what you've been sharing online, and I miss your good parts. Then remember that you were a thorn in my side. I know I'll be fine if you stay on your side of town. No, I don't wanna see you around.
So as I said before, because of the exams, I was really aiming for some quick meals this week. One of my go-tos is these IKEA plant-based balls. I just put them in the oven and they are really good to go with any kind of veggies. I chopped up a lot of potatoes and carrots, seasoned them with vegetable broth mixture, curry powder, smoked paprika, salt, pepper, and some olive oil, and baked them in the oven on around 180 Celsius degrees for 20 minutes. When I was younger, I used to eat a lot of rice with corn, and somehow I just forgot about it, so I decided to add some corn to my bulgur just to make it a bit more exciting. I don't know about you, but bulgur tastes even better for me than rice. Maybe it's an unpopular opinion, I don't know. I plated all this deliciousness up, added pickled cucumbers, and enjoyed my meal.
Know what love is, but all I know is this ain't it. Like where I'm headed now. Gave me some space.
Dinner was like the quickest thing possible. I fried 3 slices of tofu with soy sauce, salt, and pepper. I mashed some avocados onto my bread, cut up red pepper, salted them, peppered them, and topped them with the tofu slices. You know how it's so hard to decide whether you crave something savory or sweet? Well, that's me around 99% of the time. So I decided to make the same type of oatmeal I made in the beginning of the week next to my sandwich. That meal is so heartwarming, so comforting, just what my soul needs.
Standing by the wall, what a picture of elegance. Writing on the stall, phone number, such a gentleman. Who you gonna call, baby? I've been waiting for you. We don't have to talk, we can sit still. Reticence, corner of my eye. What a wonderful cardigan slipping out my mouth, baby. I've been waiting for you. No, I don't wanna dance, baby, after you leave. I'm showing up on your phone, be the last one you see. I get so nervous when I think of you.
My brother always keeps vegan cheese at home, so it's like a real treat for me because I don't usually have it. I wanted to make some grilled cheese sandwich for breakfast, so I grated a lot of vegan mozzarella onto my bread, added tomatoes and jalapenos, and then I realized that those 2 slices were the last slices of bread home, so I had to make 1 sandwich instead of 2. So I made a huge mess, and it was way more complicated and took me way longer than it was necessary.
You're everything I want in a pixelated sonogram. Taking off your top, it's a product of the way you've been. Listen to your mom, baby, I've been waiting for you. But now I'm falling in love as you're falling asleep.
I also made a smoothie using this exotic mixture which had pineapple, mango, and grapes in there. They are very yummy. I just added them to the blender along with oat milk and blended them up until they were smooth. Another super yummy breakfast in the bucket.
I get so nervous when I think of you. Nothing that I can do. Turn the radio on, turn the radio on.
Well, I've been thinking lately about happiness, life stuff, and I just realized that Why do we aim to have the perfect body so much and have the perfect career, the perfect future, etc., where most of the time happiness doesn't come from those things? What if we would try to find happiness in the here and now, in just appreciating all the things we have, including good and bad? And if we find satisfaction and happiness with all of these things, we will for sure be much happier. And I really realized the past few years that our look doesn't equal worth. Be freaking proud of yourself for trying every day, for showing up for yourself again and again, for pushing yourself even when it's so hard, for being your own cheerleader, even at times when no one else is cheering for you. It's okay to mess up. It's okay to fail. We can always try again. It's okay that your health journey might be different from others. It's okay that it may take less or more time for you to achieve a goal. It's okay to crave a cupcake or cry for no reason. It's okay not to be okay. Remember that you are worthy. Remember that you can. Remember that no matter where you are right now, you can go on. You can become that girl because that girl is already within you. If you can imagine yourself being her, you are her. You have the power and the capability to create your best life. After all, there is no second chance. In the end, all you have is you, so live for you. So friends, thank you so much for joining me today for this video. I hope you enjoyed your time with me. You spending some virtual time with me in this present moment makes me feel so special, and I'm so grateful. Please don't forget to subscribe and like and all that thing, because it really helps me grow, and I always appreciate you for doing that. And I'm sending you all the best and all the sunshine, love, and everything you need in life. And I'll see you very soon.